Why sew a bra pattern the first time as is when you can add Alexander McQueen inspired ruffle straps? So that's what we'll be doing today, sewing the black beauty bra with removable ruffle straps using some gorgeous tartan fabric. I would be lying if I said I took this black beauty bra pattern and made a perfectly fitted bra on my first try. Actually, the only pattern piece that I even remotely used was the sling. Everything else was from a self-drafted block. I decided to draft a bra block because I wanted to better understand dart placement and manipulation. Because up until this point, I could alter bras and make them fit, but didn't fully understand why changes would work and not work. I am still not at a point where I'm comfortable sharing a step-by-step how to alter a bra start to finish video, but I did make a video on altering the underwire shape, which is very important to getting a comfortable fit. There are two style options for the black beauty bra, and I went with option A because I like the fold over elastic look, but I didn't want the double strap, so I altered the cup and sling similar to option B. The main fabric I used for this bra was a lightweight tartan wool from Scotland. I am still on a mission to sew a bra from sustainable fabric, so I thought it would be fun to see how wool would hold up over time. This fabric had a little more stretch than I anticipated, so I ended up using a bra tool on the inside of the bra for extra support. To start sewing the bra together, I needed to partially assemble the sling. I like slings because they provide extra support and are excellent for creating a push-up effect without padding. Next, the cradle was supposed to be assembled, but I changed the pattern from 3 pieces to 1 piece, so I wouldn't have to pattern match the plaid. This means I only had to attach the lining and sew the back band pieces to the cradle before moving on to sewing the cup pieces together. I really wanted to pattern match the cup seams, but I had little hope for perfection because sewing the curve along the pieces means there's a lot of wiggle room when stitching. I did make sure to layer the lining so the seam would be encased and not irritating. Also, since the wool is hand woven, the seams should either be encased or overcast to prevent fraying. Once the cups are attached to the cradle, I find the sewing to get a lot more tedious. Up until this point, you can really see the bra coming together, but next I have to focus on attaching the underwire casing and the elastics, which feels like sewing the same piece over and over again, and that's because I am. One big construction change I made is how the underwire casing is attached to the cup seam. The pattern has the underwire casing exposed, but I prefer the ends hidden so they don't irritate me. To do this, I made sure to close the inner edge of the casing and stitch it under the second pass of zigzag stitches on the neckline elastic. I also had to stitch the underwire channeling down earlier than the pattern says so that I could insert the wires, close the casing, and hide it under the underarm elastic. The next part is where all my planning pays off. Instead of attaching the straps per the instructions, I actually copied this ready-to-wear bra and created little loops using strap elastic at the front and back of the bra. I added hooks on both ends of the straps so they are completely removable. And sewing the clasp was the last piece of the standard bra sewing. Once the bra was done, I could get a strap length measurement to make my ruffle straps. They won't have any stretch, so the fit needs to be really precise. I first saw the Alexander McQueen ruffle crop top on Gravity by Grandy's Instagram and instantly fell in love. However, I knew I would not actually wear the crop top, so I wanted to just incorporate the ruffle straps. However, I knew I would not be wearing a bra with ruffle straps at all times, so that is how I landed on removable bra straps. The first step was to figure out what I wanted the straps to be made of. The Alexander McQueen top seems to have pretty thick straps, which I'm guessing was to keep the ruffles from falling over, so I did want to copy that. I had some leftover rope from another project and sewed 2 pieces together for my strap base, which worked really well. Then I needed to figure out the dimensions of the fabric piece. I decided on 10 by 47 inches to make a 1-inch short ruffle and a 2.5-inch large ruffle. I made a fabric tube instead of overcasting the edges of the ruffles like the McQueen version, meaning the wrong side was originally facing out while sewing the tube together. While the wrong side was facing out, I sandwiched the strap hook on a little piece of strap elastic between the short edge seams. I left enough space on the long edges seam to be able to get my hand inside and flip the tube right side out. Once flipped, I hand sewed the gap shut. I really like how the ruffles look sort of random on the McQueen top, and after a little bit of playing around, I decided to use a mix of standard pleats and box pleats of varying sizes to recreate that randomness. To make sure the ruffles didn't flop over, I hand sewed the ruffle tube around the rope straps. This seemed easier than fiddling with the sewing machine to get the ruffles positioned upright. Ta-da! Now I have a finished tartan bra with 2 sets of straps. I'm so happy with how this bra turned out. The fit is perfect, the wool fabric was fun to work with, and the ruffles are super cute. I'll definitely be making more bras with this block in the future and already have ideas for what to make next.